Hello, my name is Kostas, and I'm CEO and co-founder of the Intended Future. Intended Future is the company which provides customer intelligence and analytics for the car companies. You probably have heard that perceived quality is a big deal in the car world. And that's a big deal just for the obvious reason. Perceived quality is one of the most critical aspects for any product design to be successful. And our analytical solution intended for the engineers, for the designers, and of course at the very end for the humans, because today in the car industry $1 billion decisions are taken spontaneously and subjectively. We're trying to bring more objectivity, more science, and more data into these decisions. Especially because today, with the electrification trends, with the automatization trends, with Industry 4.0, I don't think that many people can have a view of how the car of the future can look today. And we're trying to answer this question. To be specific, we have developed a Perceived Quality Index 500, which is intended for car companies to use. And we help to answer the most expensive questions for the companies. And we answer these questions with numbers, because we use rich demographic data and we use advanced analytical techniques. We're able to answer the question, as you could see behind me on the image, which car seat can demonstrate the highest comfort, which car seat looks more premium, which car seats have higher perceived sustainability in terms of materials used in it. All this packed and displayed in our website as what we call Analytics as a Service platform. And we bring human senses into the measurable space of numbers. At the end of the day, you have a quite simplified view of what we call perceived quality quadrant, where all perceived quality attributes are distributed and positioned on that quadrant, which is quite easy to understand. If something falls into the red, you probably missed the target. And if something green, it's fine. And if your attributes, for example, execution of materials, falls into the yellow quadrant, probably you spend too much time and money for this. That means that your customer does not appreciate it. So our approach is quite unique. We built deep analytics in our platform, and we visualize that analytics with two primary components. One of this is a customer impression with the huge database of real car drivers, real people giving your opinions. And second component is the craftsmanship analysis, which is state-of-the-art number of protocols, state-of-the-art techniques, able to assess a complete vehicle, a complete car, from the perspective of its build quality. What does it give to any car company which can use this service? So first of all, it's a shorter lead times and repeatable results, because we bring a methodology behind it. Our comprehensive perceived quality index, it's actually a solution not only for the existing designs, but also for the future cars, for the future facelifts, for the future design of the components. And we also work on the global markets. Of course, the very end of this journey will be the higher customer satisfaction, increased customer loyalty, and finally, a more sustainable production, a more sustainable product development. So today, we deliver unbiased and honest Perceived Quality Index 500, which automotive world can rely on. But this is not the end of the journey, because tomorrow we intend to engage in broader demographics data and disruptive data-informed design. And immediately after this, we are about to fuel our craftsmanship analysis with the power of artificial intelligence, with the power of machine learning, to bring the car design really to the next level. We have an all-star team. As I mentioned before, I'm Kostas. We have Doug, who is a professor of product development. We have Julia, who is our chief technical officer and expert in ADAS systems, and Charlotte, who is responsible for our managerial operations and management strategies. To wrap up, the biggest advantage of the intended future is we are bringing the tailor-made artificial intelligence algorithms to help experts to make mindful decisions. We do not tell you what to do, we just provide you the information for making decisions. We bring here a scientific mindset. That means a methodology and repeatable results. We match big numbers with engineering knowledge, connecting human senses with the product quality. And very bold statement, but we can predict the perceived quality of the future products, giving you help to make a rational trade-off. In the end of the day, we track human bias and we facilitate inclusive design. So we help you to stay informed with our data. Please contact us for any questions. And if you're curious how the system really works, we have a demo version of a famous DeLorean DMC time machine with the full specification, with full data. Of course, it's a simulated data, but you can see how our reports looks in reality, exploring this amazing car. So thank you.
Thank you so much, Kostas and Intended Future. Please leave the main stage and grab a seat here. Let's have a nice fireside chat.
Thank you.
Welcome.
Thank you. Thank you.
Great presentation. Great presentation.
Thanks a lot.
I'm just going to ask a couple of questions because I'm really excited. What's the research behind this technology?
Right.
How did it start?
Yeah, it has been already almost 10 years since we begin that.
Mm-hmm.
When I was a PhD student, I wasn't first, of course. There's a research group behind all this. But I was one who was involved in that studies heavily from the very beginning of my PhD research. And during this journey, we literally went to almost every car company in the premium and luxury segment. That was quite an exciting journey to see how all these iconic brands work and operate, from Chrysler, Cadillac in US until Italy, Ferrari, Lamborghini, and all this kind of fancy stuff.
Kind of exciting to get a look behind the scenes as well, I imagine.
Oh yeah, absolutely, because it's also the people.
Mm-hmm.
It's also the people who you meet, and I really have to admit that was an amazing journey, but also this journey gave us a lot of knowledge.
Right.
And that knowledge we try to convert into something new.
Mm-hmm.
So we are researchers, so we absorb that and then we try to produce something which can help the companies to work and to design better cars at the end of the day.
And at which stage on this journey did you realize that this was a research idea that could be commercialized?
Right. When this happened the first time when we validated our studies, and of course big thanks to our test bed Volvo and CEFT, China Euro Vehicle Technology companies, and Geely Design. So they all have been here in Göteborg, and they believed in this idea from the beginning, and they test our scientific approach that time.
Mm-hmm.
And this was the moment where we saw, all right, so this thing is actually working in practice.
That's amazing.
Which is quite amazing, because in product development, until something is working, it's usually 10-15 years.
Exactly,
advanced.
right, yeah. Moving in like hyper speed, kind of like the DeLorean.
Yeah.
But is 80 miles per hour the perfect speed, or was it 82 miles?
Probably because the topic is super hot, so that's why we don't need roads.
That's cool. And as a last journey, are there any other areas for application that you consider now or can see with this kind of AI and tech?
Yeah, right. Yeah, exactly. This happens also because when we published, the major outcome of this research was published and summarized in one of the research papers, which actually eventually became most read paper in the Journal of Engineering Design, and still most read paper.
That's
with,
cool.
I don't know, thousands of reads. And we try to make it general because obviously car industry is super interesting and super exciting, and this is the engine, and this is something which drives the rest of the industry.
Right.
But because it's so complex, and because we managed to complete that complex subject, we realized that we can apply this in different areas, and we already tried that in architecture, in interior design, and of course it could be applied even for like furniture design, for example.
This is so exciting. So as a last question, in 5 years' time, where are you at then?
Well, I see that we are leading some sort of center of applied research, which uses most advanced algorithms, because the machine learning and artificial intelligence, it's a buzzword today.
Yeah.
What we're trying to do is we're trying to make a tailor-made algorithms for the specific task solution. So not the generalized, but for the specific customer and for the specific, I would say not even the customer, but for specific domain, as we said,
Right.
automotive, architecture, or just a general product design. So I see us somewhat as a leading position in that area, because it's quite new.
So from the general to the specific tailor-made algorithm.
Exactly.
That's so interesting. Thank you so much, Kostas,
Thank
for
you.
being here.